What up, y'all? You know what it is. Bankroll 10, bet it up. Working on the Iowa Donk. Got the coilovers off of it that, like I said, somebody changed. Okay, so these springs on these that just came off, these are a 12-inch spring. So these springs should have been on a 12-inch shock. And these are 275s. This shock is got to be like a 16-inch shock. There's no reason at all to have that much travel. So that much travel causes, which I originally had 12s on here, causes when the car goes up in the air, I got the jacks underneath there now, but causes the rear end to swing way farther forward. Now, I had originally trimmed this car, but somebody has trimmed it more since. I did this car in 2015, summer of 2015. I ended up getting locked up for a year, and while I was gone that year, he had somebody in Iowa mess with it. And this is what they ended up doing. They changed this whole setup, because this is not my original setup. And they told them that there wasn't a cross brace in the car. Well, that's my cross brace in the car for the coilovers. So, anyway, waiting on some things. Didn't have an anti-roll, but obviously gonna put the anti-roll on there. I'm gonna clean up underneath here, paint it, of course. This is the sway bar setup that I had on there before, which was bolt-in, and you know, it's just old style stuff and it didn't work. As you can see, it cracked. But now it's gonna have the right stuff, anti-roll. I'm gonna bring the rear end forward. I almost got it to where I want it height-wise. It's gonna be a lot lower in the back than it was. But the car has some frame issues, as you can see right here. So I'm gonna clean this up. It's still pretty solid here on the edge. So I'm gonna clean this up and I'm gonna plate it with some 1/8 inch plate. So that'll take care of fixing that little area. I had fixed it before. You can see some patchwork right here. But as you can see, where I welded here on the edge, now it's, so I'm gonna get in here, put some plate, and I'm not just gonna do it on one side, I'm gonna do it on both sides, even though this side is pretty strong. I'm gonna do it on both sides. But I am gonna frame brace this thing, so it's gonna have a cross member, like I was saying, across here, that's gonna come down. It's gonna have 2 bends in it. And then off of that, I'll run forward and I'll go right in between here into the frame. So I'm gonna move the lines. I'll just unbolt it, move them up a little bit so I can be right on the bottom of the frame. And I'll do an X in here somehow, maybe plate over here, put a tube in there. I'll run a tube along with this outer frame. It's a convertible, so the convertible frame is pretty solid, but then again, this car's flexing a lot. And then I'll run an X in between the tube that I run here into the frame here. Frame brace the car. It's a convertible, needs to be braced. It's a 73. As you see, all the new control arms are in there. I did finally get the height set last night. I'm gonna get new sway bar links to put in here, clean up some more of this so it looks better. Clean up the tie rod sleeves, as you can see, they're pretty dirty. Clean them up. Get some grease all up in there. But yeah, so that's where we are on this. didn't really want to make this video that long because I can't edit it today. So, maybe I'll blend it into another one. Oh, getting that working. There go 10, bet it up. 73, Donk VERT on 30s.